welcome to the second BZ Principal of the 2021 summer. I'm just excited to be with you again. We are only 5 weeks away from you being back on campus for Foundations, our training. And I'm excited to have the opportunity to complete our discussion on our common purpose. Now, this won't be the end to that discussion because our common purpose is the way that we operate. So let's go over the common purpose again. It's we create opportunities for others to create moments. Let me say that again. We create. We're the ones. It's our responsibility as a group, as an individual, to create opportunities, the environment, the coffee, the answering the phone, setting things up, the events, the programs, the services, just hanging out with friends so that they, our customer, our students, our guests, our faculty, our staff, can create the moment. So we create opportunities for others to create moments. And you do this in 4 ways. And we went over the first two in June. And the first one is health. Making sure, is this the right thing? You're a doctor. You're looking at your customer, your friend, and you're going, is this the right thing for them? Is this what they would want in an event? Would they like this coffee? Would they enjoy this experience? And it's also making sure that the environment is healthy from a spiritual point of view. Are we doing things that are going to build people up in their faith? Are we doing things that can tear them down? So number one, it's got to be healthy. And it's also got to be healthy in the way that we've got to be safe in what we do. And not just safe physically, but mentally and emotionally. So we're not doing things late at night. We're not overpopulating the calendar. We're trying to do things that are in a healthy manner. And then after healthy, you're looking at how do we honor others? And that's just listening to them. How do we honor them and live out that Romans 12 and what it says in verse 10? How do we outdo one another in showing honor? How do we look at the events that we do, the programs, the services, the environment, the way that we act in classrooms? And how do we make sure that we are honoring others in our action, number one, but also honoring them in what we provide for them, that environment, that opportunity that we are providing so that they can have this lasting moment. So both of those are very others focused. So when we make sure that they're healthy, they're others focused. And then also when we make sure that we honor others, that's an others focused thing. And now let's transition into the last two, which the first one is attention to details. You got to earn people's trust. Do you hear that? You have got to earn people's trust. We've got to give our teammates trust, but one of the ways that you earn people's trust is you do your job. If you're a barista, make the coffee. If you're on ops, set things up well. Make sure nobody's missing something the next day. When you're on class council, think through how we are representing your class when it comes to events or services or programs. When you're on finance, make sure that the team understands the process of getting a credit card, making sure the receipts are back in, and on and on and on we could go with the different groups of how we can make sure that we are earning people's trust and paying attention to details and doing our jobs. I think one of the things is we got to be doers. We got to serve by doing. And one of the ways that we pay attention to details is we understand that it's mutual responsibility, meaning we are all responsible for the task, but we each need to be personally accountable. As a group, we fail as a group. But number one, we succeed as a group. But also, it requires each of us to have personal accountability. So we pay attention to details. Everything must walk the talk, but also what you're doing in the attention to details, and you're using our process, the Basecamp, the Google, all the different things you're doing, you're leaving a trail for others to follow because you will not be in this position all the time. And the goal is, how are we creating something that will outlive us, that will outlive your time at Cedarville? How are we creating things that really pays attention to details so that we can make sure things are healthy, so that we can make sure that things honor others? So that's attention to detail. And then the last one, it's continuous improvement. I want you to be a dreamer. I want you to ask the question, what if? I don't care how we've always done an alt night. I want to make sure that we're doing alt nights that are relevant to our guests. I don't care what we've done in SGA in the past. I want to make sure that our SGA is truly representing the student body and truly representing our administration and bringing our campus together. I just love what we get to do. We get the opportunity to create these opportunities so that others can create moments. And I want you to be a dreamer. I want you to share your ideas and your suggestions. Don't sit on them. If you think something needs to be better, let us know. Today, even one of the summer team came into the office and she said, hey, I think there needs to be a little bit more focus on Jesus at Christmas and Campus Christmas. And I'm like, and then I asked the question, okay, what do you want? What should we do? And she came up with these ideas. That's what I expect from you. I don't want you just to come in and move from point A to point B and move this block into that area or move this element over here or just make coffee the way I always do. I want you to give us suggestions. Now you have to pay attention to the details and follow the process, but we want to hear your voice and pay attention, and we want you to give us suggestions. We want to ask the questions. What are those things we should continue? What are those Cedarville things that we should never get rid of? What are those things we should create? Because I guarantee with 1,000 new students coming in, there will be things that we need to create. But also, what are those things we should conclude? Because there are times that things have run their course. And it's okay to be done with something. It's okay for something to already accomplish its mission, because accomplishing our mission means that we're able to move on to the next level. So, when you look at health, are you making sure that you're providing the healthy environment for your friends, for your fellow teammates, for your faculty, for your staff members? How are we honoring others? How do we look at outdoing one another and showing honor? I love in Romans 12 that before that it says that we should abhor what is evil and cling to what is good. We should love one another with brotherly kindness. We need to be a culture, a campus community that hates evil. Not people, but hates sin and gets rid of the sin in our own lives. Also, how do we pay attention to details? I need you to trust our process. I need you to trust it. I need you to follow through. I need you to do the little things so that they don't become big things. But I also need you to do the little things so that when they become big and we're able to do things, we're able to serve in some pretty cool ways. And the last one, which really ties it all together, I want us to always look at continuous improvement. Because guys, perfection's a myth. We're never going to be perfect until the day that we stand in front of our Savior. And I want to stand in front of my Savior, and I know you do as well. And He will look at us and say, well done, good and faithful servant. So, what we get the opportunity to do this year is to create opportunities for others to create moments. I'm honored to be on this journey with you, and I'm excited to be your teammate.